Good afternoon, Miss West. I am presenting my part 2 to the final project of Lord of the Flies. I did the intro, the conclusion, and the counter argument. Dylan Bennett, whom I worked with, did the body 2 and 3 paragraphs. So, in Lord of the Flies, a novel written by William Golding, a group of British boys crash land on an uninhabited island during World War II. All of the adults that were on the plane with them died, so it is only the young men who are left alive. Two boys came out as leaders, Jack and Ralph. Ralph, representing democracy and a fan favorite, was voted to be the leader of the boys and was named chief, but loses support to Jack, a boy who shows tyranny and who employs fear as a tool for building his tribe. In Lord of the Flies, the island is torn apart by Jack's ruthless hunger for dominance and the paralyzing fear that spreads amongst the boys. Jack's aggressive and unorthodox rule sets free anarchy, ending any semblance of order and igniting a violent frenzy that sets the island ablaze during their hunt for Ralph, leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. His tyrannical leadership exploits the fear that the boys hold, exploiting their anxieties of the unknown and turning it into a weapon of control. Jack, the antagonist of the story, and fear are the factors that ultimately destroy the island and cause many deaths. Now, many people would argue that morality is the ultimate reason for why the island was torn apart and destroyed. So morality would be, many people feel that way because of Simon's death and the bullying of Piggy all throughout the story. Now, on page 140, Simon's death is displayed because the boys seen him come in, but they didn't know it was him, and they attacked him and tore him apart with their bare hands, killing him. Now, the boys didn't stop to think who it was or what it was. They just tore him apart and tried to blame the storm and their own fear for having killed Simon. But the boys knew they committed murder because Ralph says it was murder. But Piggy tries to reason with it, blaming other things. Now, the boys also bully Piggy in the entire story. Nobody knows his real name, they just call him Piggy because he is fat and he resembles a pig to the boys. Jack bullies him from the moment he meets him. Ralph doesn't bully him, but he does feed into it. This lets the boys bond over. This is their bonding. This is the only thing that all of the boys agree on, and so it makes Piggy an outcast of the group. However, the morality of the group is not the ultimate reason for the downfall of the island, because the fear that was spread across the island and Jack's character outweighed the idea of morality. Fear drove the boys to killing Simon because they feared that it was the beast who came to their little session, but it wasn't. And Jack fueled the bullying of Piggy. It wasn't their morals because Ralph never bullied him until Jack started. Now, this makes the idea of morals being less of a problem compared to the fear and Jack. On the other hand, Jack Meridew's aspirations for becoming the ultimate chief on the island tore the society apart because, well, he did it. He struck off on his own, and then he employed fear more amongst the boys, making them give the beast heads and food of their kills, and that also exploited their fear because they still believed it. They still believed that there was a beast, and this made them fearful. So they were like, "Oh, we better give the beast something so that we don't get killed." So, in conclusion, Jack's obsession with the power to being the chief and the ultimate leader of the group, and the fear that he implements, tore the island apart. that is the ultimate destruction and causes of many deaths on this island and in this novel. The theme of evil in this novel gets shown in the entire story because Jack embodied evilness. He forced the boys into evil with the fear that he used. And the situations that the boys were in, they had many grave outcomes. The island was set ablaze by Jack, who ruled in absolutes with only killing on his mind. He wanted to kill pigs, and then he wanted to kill Ralph. Fear caused the death of Simon, who was the only innocent person left on the island, which is a tragedy. And so these are my parts, and yeah.